Yo, what is up, guys? So, as you guys know, 2020 is coming to a close, and there are no more UFC fights for the next 3.5 weeks. I mean, there's so much time until some fights actually start to happen in 2021. I just cannot wait. The first fight card of the year is absolutely insane. There are 15 fights on this first fight card of the year. UFC Fight Night Holloway versus Cater. This fight card is pretty stacked. 15 fights on it. The main event, obviously with Max Holloway and Calvin Cater. Max Holloway 21-6, the best featherweight fighter in the world, in my opinion. Calvin Cater, the 5th best featherweight fighter in the world, in my opinion. I think that should be an amazing main event. Probably a fight of the year, at least a top 10, top 5 fight of the year in that main event. That fight's going to be absolutely insane. I do have Max Holloway winning that one by unanimous decision, though. The co-main event on that fight card, Omari Akhmedov and Tom Breese. I have Tom Breese winning that one. We have Ricky Simone taking on Brian Kelleher at bantamweight. Yeah, Brian Kelleher is moving down from featherweight to fight Ricky Simone at bantamweight. I do have Ricky Simone winning that one. We have a flyweight fight between Tim Elliott and Jordan Espinosa. I have Tim Elliott winning that one. We have undefeated Rodolfo Vieira, 7-0, the 23rd best middleweight fighter in the world, taking on Anthony Hernandez. Obviously, I have Rodolfo Vieira winning that one. Probably by submission, but maybe by unanimous decision. And then, oh my god, Santiago Ponzinibbio was supposed to be fighting Muslim Salikov on this fight card. But Muslim ended up having some sort of symptoms for COVID-19 and had to pull out of the fight. And then Jinglian Li, on 4 weeks' notice, stepped in to fight Santiago Ponzinibbio. This should be an amazing welterweight fight. Jinglian Li is an 18th best welterweight fighter in the world. Santiago Ponzinibbio, the 13th best welterweight fighter in the world. That should be a good first fight on the main card for that fight card. And then we go to the prelims. We have Justin Tafa, Carlos Felipe in a heavyweight fight. I have Carlos Felipe winning that one. Sarah Moraes, Vanessa Melo. I mean, both of these girls, they're absolutely trash. I'm just going to say it right there. But I do have Sarah Moraes winning that one. We have Jacob Kilburn and Austin Lingo in a featherweight fight. I have Austin Lingo winning that one. And then we have 2 undefeated middleweight fighters in Punahil Soriano and Dusko Todorovic. I obviously have Dusko winning that one. Probably by unanimous decision, but maybe by TKO. He has some amazing power on the ground. We have Juliana Pena and Sarah McMahon, 2 top 10 female bantamweights in the world. That should be an amazing fight there. I do have Juliana Pena winning that one. Nick Lentz and Mike Grundy in a featherweight fight. I have Mike Grundy winning that one. Betch Correia and Yenin Wu in a women's bantamweight fight. I have Yenin Wu winning that one. And then to start the night, we have 2 welterweight fights, David Zawada, Ramazan Amib, and then Warley Alves and Christian Aguilera. I have Warley Alves winning his fight against Christian Aguilera, and then I have Ramazan Amib winning his fight against David Zawada. Should be an amazing first fight card of the year. I just really hope that none of these fights on this fight card do get canceled, because that would be really unfortunate. We saw in the last fight card of 2020, Stephen Thompson and Geoff Neal, so many fights got canceled on that one. I believe more than 10 fights ended up getting canceled or switched around, something like that, and it happened. Most of them due to COVID-19. So I'm really hoping that for the first fight of the year, none of that stuff actually happens. And then there's a fight card on Wednesday, on January 20th. But only 4 fights have actually been announced for this fight night. Obviously, the main event between Leon Edwards and Khamzat Chimaev. We have 3 prelim fights between Lerone Murphy and Douglas Andrade. That is a featherweight fight. Jerome Rivera, Francisco Nazareno in a bantamweight fight. If you guys don't know who Francisco Nazareno is, he is actually Deiveson Figueiredo's brother. Yes, Deiveson Figueiredo, the flyweight champion inside the UFC right now. That is his brother, getting his first fight inside the UFC against Jerome Rivera. Should be a good bantamweight fight. And then in the first fight of the night, we have Roxanne Modafferi and Vivian Arau, 2 top 10 women's flyweights in the world going at it. Should be a good fight card so far with only these 4 fights. Obviously, there's going to be multiple fights that will be added onto this fight card in the next couple of weeks. But we'll see what happens in that fight card. Obviously, there are still 2 more UFC fight cards in January of 2021. One of them being a pay-per-view at UFC 257, Poirier versus Mcgregor 2. This fight card so far is looking very good. It only has 11 fights on the fight card right now. The main event, obviously, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor. That's going to be an amazing 5-round main event. Put in the comments who you guys think is going to win that main event. That should be absolutely insane. Not really sure what the co-main event's going to be for that fight card, but we do have 4 main card fights that are going to be on this fight card. Jessica Ai, Joanne Calderwood, 2 top 10 women's flyweights in the world going at it. That should be an amazing 3-round fight. We have Shane Burgos and Hakeem Dawodu in a featherweight fight. 2 top 20 featherweight fighters in the world. Marina Rodriguez and Amanda Ribas in a women's strawweight fight. Amanda Ribas is going down from flyweight to strawweight. We have Khalil Roundtree and Marcin Prachnio in a light heavyweight fight. Khalil Roundtree is a top 25 light heavyweight fighter in the world. Should be an amazing fight to start off the main card. And then the main prelim of the night, Brad Tavares, Antonio Carlos Jr., 2 top 20 middle middleweight fighters in the world. Should be an amazing showdown there. We have Andrew Sanchez, Andre Muniz in a middleweight fight. 2 top 35 middleweights in the world. We have Arman Tsarukyan and Nasrat Haqparast, 2 top 30 lightweights in the world going at it. That should be an amazing lightweight fight. And then you have another lightweight fight between Otman Azaitar, undefeated, 13-0, taking on Matt Frevola, 8-1-1. That is 2 top 40 lightweight fighters in the world. Then we have Umar Nurmagomedov, 12-0, undefeated fighter, taking on Sergey Morozov. That should be a very, very good bantamweight fight. And then the first fight of the night, Amir Albazi and Zalga Zumolagulov, should be a good flyweight fight. I actually already predicted this fight a couple of weeks ago. I had Zalga Zumolagulov winning that one by unanimous decision, but who knows what's going to happen now. At UFC 257, should be a very, very good fight card. And then the last fight card of January 2021, guys. This fight card so far of the fights that have been announced, it's absolutely insane. We have Derek Brunson and Kevin Holland in the main event. Derek Brunson, the 8th best middleweight fighter in the world, 21-7. Kevin Holland, the 11th best middleweight fighter in the world, 21-5. Should be an amazing, amazing main event there. Not really sure what the co-main event is going to be. Probably going to be Kelvin Gastelum and Ian Heinisch. That fight is going to be a very, very good middleweight fight. 2 top 15 middleweight fighters going at it. We have Matt Brown, Carlos Condit. Should be a very, very good welterweight fight between 2 really good veteran fighters in the welterweight division. And then we have Pedro Munoz coming back after his loss to Frankie Edgar in a main event, taking on Jimmy Rivera at bantamweight. Should be a very, very good fight. Pedro Munoz, obviously a top 5 bantamweight fighter in the world. And then we go to the prelims where we have Ike Villanueva and Vincius Mojeda in a light heavyweight fight. Ode Osborne and Jerome Rivera in a flyweight fight. Jeffrey Molina and Zaruka Dashev in a flyweight fight. And then we have Victoria Leonardo and Natalia Silva in the first fight of the night in a flyweight fight. I mean, guys, these January fight cards are absolutely stacked. Which fight card do you think so far is going to be the best? Do you think it's going to be UFC Fight Night Brunson versus Holland? Do you think it's going to be UFC 257 Poirier versus McGregor 2? Or do you guys think it's going to be Leon Edwards and Khamzat Chimaev? Or the first fight night of the year between Max Holloway and Calvin Kattar? Put which fight card is going to be the best in the comment section below. Also, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you guys think the first main event of 2021 is going to be between Max Holloway and Calvin Kattar? In my opinion, I give that fight a 10 out of 10. I think that fight is going to be a possible fight of the year. It's going to be an amazing, amazing fight. Also, make sure to like the video if you guys like the video. It really, really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications so you guys don't miss when I post a new video. I do prediction for UFC, LFA, Bellator. There are so many fight promotions out there I do predictions for. So make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's been a very, very fun video to do with you guys. I cannot wait for 2021. I cannot wait for these January fight cards. If you cannot wait, hit that like button, subscribe. I'm out of here.